Magic is inside all of us, if we were only brave enough to look. From the fairies that travel the world, to the archelons that swim through the sea, magic is everywhere. So I welcome you to come along this journey as we delve into a fairy tale. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft here. Now, I did a bit of farming off screen, collected a bunch of resources. As you can see, I have full iron armor. And my backpack as well is now an iron backpack. It's been upgraded. So, with that, I did inevitably work on the base a little bit. It looks better now, but it's not exactly finished. It's a work in progress. It's better as an acorn, but it's not exactly right. So, with everything in order, I did a bunch of farming, as I said, and inevitably I kind of decided there was going to be some problems. One of the things I need is Silk Touch. A lot of Silk Touch. Now, for this, I'm going to have to build many different things. I'm going to have to build a place for them to stay, for me to be able to duplicate villagers through their breeding mechanic. But, all in all, that does have its own issues. Now, thinking about what to do, I decided I was going to actively build a library of some sort over here. And I've been looking at different ideas. And one thing that kind of came to mind from what I did see was a library that was more like a giant greenhouse, which I'm thinking would fit perfectly over here, since it's kind of empty at the moment. Plus it would leave all these houses kind of static so I can work with them later. But for that I'm going to need a lot of oak, bunch of spruce, and so on and so forth. There's a bunch of wood types. And a lot of leaves. As I do have a bunch of leaves here. I did inevitably start growing the sugarcane over there, but it has yet to grow in all the way. So I'm working on it. Yeah, right here. Oh no, wait a minute, never mind. I did actually put it on. That's my bad. But I've been working on a lot of stuff here. Trying to get terrain a little late in, trying to get certain things built a little bit more. And inevitably, one thing I do know I need is a songbook. Now, to summarize, a songbook inside of this mod pack that I've kind of built still happens to let you do some very nice things. For that, we need a leather. Where did my leather? Oh, it's in my inventory. Okay, we need a book to start off with. Wait, what's this? Leather strip. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out later. But yeah, we need 3 paper for a book and 1 leather. We now will need a ink sac, which I don't think we have, and a feather. So yeah, let's take a look at the book and quill. There's only 1 recipe, right? Yeah. So we'll have to hunt down a squid, and we'll have to get a feather. But partially acquired, though. Feather acquired. That part being the easy part. Now I gotta go hunt down squids. But as soon as I get a squid for ink sacs, I will show you what I need this for. So I'll see you then. Okay, so with a book and quill acquired, since I am a fawn, I have some very unique abilities. One of the things, as you can see, if I'm holding sugarcane, it comes up with different types of notes depending on where I'm looking. It can vary over and over. And if I press G, you can see it gets a pool. If I press V to activate, nothing happens because I don't know how much I need. Otherwise, if I just build up for a moment, nothing still happens. The ability is different depending on the pool that you have there. Now, if we type in here, songbook, as it states in the origin, it is now transformed into a book of songs. As we can see here, there are many different levels, and this goes into great detail describing it. But we have a handful of different things, as it requires what seems to be levels and a score. So if we equip a pan flute here, and how much is the next highest for 100? That's 100 to 10 is weakness. So if we play it for you, I pressed the wrong button. That's completely my bad. So 130 is bird imitation. If I can get this to work. Okay, so I seem to have been hitting the wrong key. Now, if I can get it to register 9, not 9, but 10. Where's 10? Up a little bit. There we go. If I build up just a little bit, and if we check our songbook, we need 80 for the first effect. Now, if I just hit Y, I play my song. Now, it didn't seem to have enough for that to take effect there. There we go. It took a moment longer than what I would have liked, but we just so happen to have acquired our own unique effects. Now, this can vary between effect to effect. I will skim through them very quickly so everybody can just see what they do. So yeah, that's what they all do. Now, it is a very simple thing just to use, but it seems to be a little buggy in places. So if I build up to 100 to 130, it should let me be able to, as it is now going through as if it's playing the note. At least in theory it should work. If it doesn't, well, oh well. Should summon a parrot as it stated. No, did not. And it seems to take enchantment levels as well. That's another thing to keep in mind altogether. So, yeah, we now have our songbook, which is a very important piece of equipment for us, as we will have several different musical notes playing in the future that we'll be using for different effects. And with the Ender Dragon the way I've kind of made it through modding purposes, it is definitely needed. This Ender Dragon is very difficult, but that is not exactly something that's here or there right now. Now, for this episode, we will be going into great lengths of trying to get this library kind of laid in a little. But one thing we do have to have is transportation, as we will actively be having to go into far off places to get a lot of resources in the future and to just explore. That does come with its own issues. So one thing I do have here, which if I can get to the proper page for, going back was the easiest one. Starting here, we have Valkyrien Skies installed, and in doing so we'll be able to not only make functional boats, but also functional airships. Now, that is going to be a very lengthy endeavor on its own, but it's one of the reasons why I needed so much resource. As first off, just to be able to make this one here, it takes a gold ingot. Now, I didn't find much gold, but we need a lot of iron. As alone, we're going to need 6. Just make one engine. We're going to need a lot of string. It's a lot overall. So, there's that. And then, of course, there is the balloon pieces. If we can get a hold of some phantom membrane, it'd be nice, but it'll take probably way too long. Another reason here for the leather farm. Of course, we can dye these all different colors, but inevitably, we got a lot to work with. So, yeah. You guys need to go ahead and make more cow babies. And I need to sleep, because what we're going to be doing is setting up a base for our airship. Now, that's going to take a great deal of resource, as mentioned. And what we're going to need is a handful of different engines, because it's going to make it go faster. It's slow otherwise, to be completely frank. It's slow. I have tested out so often, and it's slow. Agonizingly slow. Now, I know this is not exactly much of a great place to start, but it is something to work with. Now, I would like to be able to do something with this with a actual functioning ship. Thinking about it. Do we have a... Let me pause this here for a moment. And I think I have a ship which I can actually use. Like pre-built by the world's generation. Okay, I do, apparently. Okay, yeah, I do have one. I have one, apparently. It seems to be fairly far off. Do we even have the resources for this? That's the question. I don't have much food left. That's kind of a problem. We're going to about 1,000 by negative 1,120. Well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. I want to be able to have this airship functioning. Now I'm going to need a lot of balloons. That is something altogether. Do I have anything for string? Or is it just defeat spiders? Okay, better end. I can't get that. And I give 6. I mean, that'd be nice, but no, I'm not ready for the end. That Dragonfight is nuts. So I'm going to have to collect a bunch of spider string, and then I'll be able to get back with you. Because the maximum height is based off of the balloons, the amount of balloons you have. Otherwise, every block now is associated with weight, depending on what it's actually labeled as. Logs being heavier than a lot of things, but stone would be a bad idea. So yeah, I will cut to when I'm actually there, ready to build. Okay, so I did some testing and have found out that apparently after a certain size, the ships don't want to work correctly. At least rendering correctly. So I decided I was going to go make a ship of my own and kind of see where that takes me. Now it doesn't look good here, but roll the time lapse. Okay, so yeah, that's what this is. It doesn't look good by any means, I'll admit that. But, if I can get up here, if I quickly enable this, assemble, it should in theory work. That should have done it. Can we... Like I said, you can see here for yourself, and it doesn't look good by any means. It doesn't want to render correctly. Don't know why. It's a bug in this version. Hopefully it gets patched in the near future. But if I just take this down a little, see which button was that? Was it? No. No. I'm gonna have to, of course, find out which one it is. Are we ascending? No, we don't need this. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to work on this a little bit. But that is the gist of it. Now I'm sure this is gonna be a very short video, honestly, thanks to... I didn't tell you to attack. Yeah, I assume this is going to be a very short video, judging off everything, to be honest. But, if I can get this working correctly, I'll be doing something. So, cut once I have it set up. Okay, I seem to be as low as I can get. Now, I should probably park this in the water, to be completely honest. And I accidentally crouched. Didn't mean that. But yeah, this is the ship. It flies well enough. It's still kind of slow. But it's what I have. I'll improve upon this much later. Make it bigger or smaller as needed. Seen fit. If anybody has any ideas for what to do with the ship, do let me know, because I'm very interested to know your ideas. But I park right here in the water. Get off. Ow, man. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this and get a way up here. All I have is logs right now. Gotta cause me problems. Can't just be simple. It's all in my backpack. Have to fix this later. But yeah, it seems to float well enough. When it comes down to the balloons that you can see up there, there's some bugs related to it not wanting to cause the float like a boat would. And our maximum height, I know, is based off of the balloons. So there's that. So I'm going to have to do a bit of more work here, get it faster. This is slow. We got a little bit of storage. Yeah. I know it's a short video, but this will be the beginning point of us working on And there's a creeper over there working on the soon-to-be library over there, as there'll be a bunch of villagers that'll be set up there. Now, I do have a bunch of ideas for it, and that is actively using some images I found online. Hopefully, they'll actively come out fairly well. But thank you for watching this episode, and, well, I hope to see you in the next video.